Made in Korea doesn't just ask how South Korea became a global success story. It dares to ask who paid the hidden price in blood, secrets, and backroom deals. When Hyun plays a KCIA officer who builds illegal empires in the shadows, and Jung Woo-sung becomes the prosecutor willing to burn his own life to stop him, this title, Made in Korea, suddenly feels less like a label on a product and more like a warning stamped on history. After this drama, hearing Made in Korea won't just make you think of K-pop and Samsung. It will make you think of smuggling networks, tortured ideals, and a country forged in political darkness. Made in Korea is a mega-budget political crime thriller set in the turbulent 1970s, a time when Korea was still poor, unstable, and desperate to rise at any cost. Premiering December 24th, 2025 on Disney Plus and Hulu, with a reported 70 billion won budget, and Season 2 already confirmed for 2026, it's being called one of the boldest Korean noir projects ever produced. Instead of chaebol romances and campus comedies, this drama dives straight into KCIA operations, smuggling routes, back alley deals, and prosecutors who risk everything to expose them. At its core, it asks one brutal question. When a nation succeeds, whose sins get buried under that success, and whose lives become the invisible foundation? The setting is not the glossy, futuristic Seoul we're used to. This is 1970s Korea. Dictatorship era, rapid industrialization, and constant fear of surveillance. Factories are rising, ports are expanding, and goods stamped Made in Korea are finally starting to reach overseas markets, turning the phrase into a symbol of national pride. But beneath the factories, ships, and export dreams lies a shadow economy, illegal smuggling channels, political money, and backdoor alliances stretching from Seoul to Japan. Laws are bent for national security, opposition is silenced in the name of growth, and the KCIA has the power to decide who thrives and who disappears. The drama shows that progress has a price tag, but the people who benefit from it are rarely the ones who pay. At the center of this storm are two men whose clash will define the story. Baek Ki-tae, played by Hyun, is a high-ranking KCIA operative who lives a double life, clean suit by day, shadow kingpin by night. Officially, he is a disciplined guardian of the state. Secretly, he runs smuggling networks, controls illicit trade, and moves cash and contraband through hidden routes linking Korea and Japan. To him, crime is just another tool. If smuggling and corruption strengthen the regime and accelerate growth, then he can justify anything as patriotism. Opposite him stands Jung played by Jung Woo-sung, a relentless prosecutor with beast-like instincts who treats corruption like a personal enemy. Young knows the system is rotten, but he believes the law can still be a weapon, even if wielding it costs him his career, safety, and family. Around them, the supporting cast forms a web of power, manipulation, and compromise. Lobbyists channel secret funds between corporations and politicians. Detectives and aides decide how much truth actually reaches the public. Family members find themselves dragged into scandals they never chose. There are no pure saints here. Some characters are builders of the nation who quietly allow crimes because they think the end justifies the means. Others are exploiters of the system, using chaos and dictatorship to get rich. And then there are the silent witnesses, people who see everything but say nothing, because in the 1970s, speaking out could cost you your life. What makes Made in Korea feel so unsettling is how close its fiction sits to reality. The show is officially a work of imagination, but it openly draws from real historical tensions. Authoritarian rule, KCIA power abuse, chaebol expansion, and the tight knot between government and business that defined Korea's rapid growth era. You'll see scenes echoing real-life smuggling scandals, black money politics, and media controlled through threats instead of laws. It never names actual presidents or companies, but the parallels are sharp enough that anyone who knows Korean history will instantly recognize the shadows it's tracing. That's where the controversy starts. Not in what the drama says outright, but in what it dares audiences to connect on their own. Officially, there is no real scandal behind the drama in the sense of a current political case tied to the production. Unofficially, it is loaded with references to corporate corruption, political cover-ups, and industrial-era exploitation that still spark debate in Korean society today. It doesn't accuse specific people, but by recreating the climate of fear, backroom deals, and KCIA manipulation, it forces viewers to ask, were the foundations of modern Korean success as clean as the export slogans made them look? Even the title is a grenade. Made in Korea normally suggests quality, trust, innovation, something proudly printed on electronics, cosmetics, and cars. This drama flips that completely. Every time the phrase appears on screen, it's a question. Made by who? For whom? And at what cost? The show suggests that behind every proud label, there might be unseen labor, broken laws, and silenced voices. The title stops feeling like a compliment and becomes an accusation, not against ordinary citizens, but against systems that demanded sacrifice and erased it from the official story. Made in Korea is a drama built on a deceptively simple phrase that slowly transforms into something unsettling. What begins as a symbol of national pride, success, and global recognition becomes a haunting question about what was created behind closed doors. At the center of the story are two men locked in an inevitable collision, Baek Ki-tae and Jung Geon-young. Their rivalry is not merely law versus crime, but belief versus belief. Baek Ki-tae represents ruthless control, someone who believes Korea's rise was never pure and that stability must be preserved at any cost. To him, lies, violence, and illegal alliances are justified if they protect the nation's image. Jung Geon-young stands on the opposite end of that belief, convinced that a country cannot truly move forward unless it confronts its past, no matter how ugly or destructive that truth may be. He is willing to tear down myths, reputations, and even himself if it means exposing what has been buried. Between them lies a national-level incident, an explosive secret powerful enough to shake the entire country, yet hidden so deeply that only a select few know the full truth. This incident becomes the silent engine driving the drama, teased piece by piece, episode by episode, pulling viewers deeper into a web of political corruption, corporate greed, and moral compromise. As the tension escalates, Made in Korea stops feeling like a typical thriller and starts to resemble a moral reckoning. The title itself echoes after every turning point. What else was made in Korea that the public was never meant to see? Whose lives were sacrificed so the nation could prosper? And who decides which truths are allowed to surface? By the end, the story turns its gaze toward the audience. When you see the words, "Made in Korea," stamped on a product, will you only thin? Public reaction is almost guaranteed to be divided. Some viewers will praise the series for its courage in tackling dictatorship-era corruption, KCIA overreach, and the dark side of economic miracles head-on. Others will say it's too grim, too political, or unnecessarily critical of a period that also laid the groundwork for today's success. Internationally, that exact tension is what will make it trend. Fans are hungry for grounded, high-stakes political thrillers after shows like The Whirlwind, and Disney Plus and Hulu are already pushing Made in Korea as one of their flagship Korean titles for 2025. For global audiences, this drama is an easy sell. People are tired of hyper-polished propaganda-style storytelling. They want messy, layered narratives where nobody is purely right or wrong. Made in Korea gives them exactly that. A noir thriller with movie-level production, two of Korea's biggest film stars facing off, and a story that blends history, crime, and politics into a slow-burn war between ambition and justice. Viewers who loved films like Inside Men or The Man Standing Next will recognize director Woo Min-ho's signature mood: smoky rooms, whispered conspiracies, sudden bursts of violence, and characters who know that every choice could be their last. As a YouTube script, this concept gives you endless hooks and climaxes to play with. You can tease the national-level incident that forces Baek Ki-tae and Jung Geon-young into direct conflict, something big enough to shake the country, but hidden enough that only a few people know the full truth. You can frame their rivalry as more than just cops and robbers. One man believes the country must be controlled by any means necessary. The other believes the country must confront its sins, even if that means tearing down its own image. And right in the middle is that iconic phrase, "Made in Korea," turning from branding into a haunting question that echoes after every episode. What else was made in the shadows that we never saw? To close the story, Made in Korea deliberately turns its focus away from explosions, power plays, and secret files, and points straight at the viewer. After witnessing the clash between Baek Ki-tae and Jung Young, the drama leaves behind a lingering unease that refuses to fade. The next time you pick up a product stamped "Made in Korea," will you see only success, innovation, and global prestige? Or will that label echo with something darker, reminding you of the invisible hands that labored without recognition, the dangerous political bargains struck behind closed doors, and the quiet sacrifices made so the nation could shine on the world stage? Made in Korea forces us to ask whether national pride can exist without confronting its shadow. It challenges the comforting idea that progress is clean and heroism is simple. Through Baek Ki-tae, we are asked to consider a disturbing question. If ruthless control keeps a country stable, does that make it justified? Is he a criminal hiding behind patriotism, or a necessary evil history will eventually excuse? And through Jung Young, the drama asks the opposite. What is the price of truth? If exposing corruption destroys institutions, reputations, and lives, is the truth still worth it? Or does the system always win, swallowing those who dare to challenge it? As the final chapters unfold, the tension no longer belongs only to the characters. It belongs to us. Viewers are left to decide what kind of ending they believe in. Will Baek Ki-tae die as a so-called patriot criminal, his sins buried beneath the narrative of national success? Will Jung Young emerge victorious, or will his fight become yet another erased footnote in history? And when the truth finally surfaces, will it lead to change, or will it simply be repackaged, rebranded, and quietly forgotten? In the end, Made in Korea isn't just asking if Korea is ready to watch a drama that turns its proudest label into its darkest mirror. It's asking whether we, as viewers, are ready to question the stories we've been taught to celebrate, and whether we're willing to look beyond the label to confront what was truly made in the shadows.